Good morning children. This is the next video for the exercise 7. In the previous video, last week video, we completed 6th exercise also in division of integers. So now we are going to discuss about exercise 7 sums. They have given totally 5 or 6 sums, those all are story sums only. Okay, the first sum I have written on the board. Please see the sum. In a class test containing 15 questions, 4 marks are given for every correct answer and minus 2 marks are given for every incorrect answer. Okay. In a class test, suppose I conducted a maths class test for you in the class. I have given you 15 questions. Okay. To answer 15 questions. In those 15 questions, for each correct answer, I will award you 4 marks for you. Okay, so each question is 4 marks, means 4 into 15 is equal to total marks. You can get 60 marks if you attempt all and if you get all correct answers. Otherwise, if you have done any mistakes, that means incorrect answers. Okay, every incorrect answer, suppose one question is incorrect, like that how many questions you have done mistakes, for those each question I am going to deduct 2 marks, minus 2 marks. That means I will award minus 2 marks to you. Means what is that meaning? Means 2 marks are deducted from your total score. Okay. So that is the data they have given. From that data what we have to do is, the first question they have given, Bharati attempts all questions but only 9 answers are correct. What is her score? Bharati, a student, she attempted all questions but 9 questions only correct. That means out of 15 questions, 9 questions she got correct answers and remaining 6 questions she got wrong answers. Okay. So then what is her score? That we have to find out for this solution. And second question they have given, one of her friends Hema attempts only 5 questions and all are correct. Hema, Bharati's friend, she attempted only 5 questions but all are correct. What will be her total score? That we have to find out. For the first question we are doing here, total questions in the class test is equal to 15. Okay, total questions in the class test is equal to 15 questions. Marks awarded for each correct answer is equal to 4 marks. For every correct answer question is equal to 4 marks we will give you. Marks awarded for every incorrect answer is equal to minus 2 marks. Okay. So now coming to the first question, Bharati, what she has done? Number of questions attempted is equal to 15. Bharati attempted all questions. That means 15 questions she attempted. Number of questions correct is equal to 9 only. Okay. Marks for 9 questions. 9 questions are correct. So for each question we are giving you 4 marks. So 9 into 4 is equal to 36 marks for correct answers. Number of questions incorrect is equal to 15 minus 9, that is equal to 6 questions. 6 questions she has done mistakes. That's why marks awarded is equal to, for 6 questions into minus 2, that is equal to minus 12. Okay, minus 12 marks. Total score of Bharati is equal to 9 questions she attempted, she got 36 marks. But in that 36 we have to reduce 12 marks. Means wrong answers. So 36 minus 12 is equal to 24. Therefore the total score of Bharati is equal to 24 marks. Understand? Out of 50 questions, means 15 into 4 is equal to 60. 60 marks. Out of 60 marks, she got only 24 marks out of 60. Because in this class test, negative marks also there. Like this, if you go any competitive examinations, there also you will get some negative marks. So before answering the question, you have to read carefully, thoroughly, and try to understand. Then only you have to put the answer. Understand? So this is the first question. Next, what's about the second question? One of her friends, Hema, attempts only 5 questions. Hema, she attempted only 5 questions. Then how many marks she will get? What is her total score. So now you can take this Hema. Number of questions attempted is equal to how many questions she attempted? 5 questions. Okay. She attempts only 5 questions and all are correct. So each correct question, each correct answer, she will get 4 marks. So marks per each question, this is equal to 4 marks. Now total score of Hema is equal to 5 questions into 4 marks. That is nothing but 20 marks she got. Her score is equal to 20 marks. Now here she got 20 marks out of 60 marks. She attempted only 5 questions, those are also correct. That's why she got 20 marks. But Bharati, she attempted 9 questions, all questions she attempted, she got only 9 correct answers, remaining are minus. That's why out of 36, 24 only she got. Here this girl got 20 marks. Okay? Understand? Please note down. Yes, coming to the next sum. That means second sum in the exercise 7. A cement company earns a profit of rupees 9 per bag of white cement sold and a loss of 5 rupees per bag of grey cement sold. This is the main data. A cement company, it produces white color cement and grey color cement. You know what is the difference between white color cement and grey color cement? Grey cement is nothing but we are using to construct the buildings, walls, pillars, everything. White cement means for whitewashing we will use for houses. That is called white cement. Okay. So those two types of cement bags a cement company is producing. In those cement bags, the white color cement bag, suppose the company sells one white color cement bag, it gains 9 rupees profit. At the same time, grey color cement bag, one bag sells, it will get 5 rupees loss. Okay. So that is the data. In a particular month, the company sells 7,000 bags of white cement and 6,000 bags of grey cement in a month. What is its profit or loss? That we have to find out. For this, coming to the solution. Profit on a white cement bag is equal to 9 rupees. How much? 9 rupees. Loss on grey cement bag is equal to 5 rupees. Okay. In a particular month, number of white cement bags sold is equal to 7,000. And profit earned on 7,000 bags. So total white cement bags sold is equal to 7,000. Profit on each bag is equal to 9 rupees. 7 9s are 63,000 rupees. So company has 63,000 rupees as the profit by selling 7,000 bags in a month. Coming to grey cement bags. Number of grey cement bags sold in a particular month is equal to 6,000. Okay. Loss on 6,000 bags is equal to, on each bag 5 rupees loss. Total bags is equal to 6,000 bags. 6,000 into 5 is equal to 30,000 rupees loss. Okay. Here the company gains 63,000. Here the company loses 30,000 rupees. So finally the profit is equal to 63,000 rupees and loss is equal to 30,000 rupees. Which one is bigger? Profit is bigger. So profit minus loss. That is equal to 63,000 minus 30,000 is equal to 33,000. So finally, the company gains 33,000 rupees by selling both types of white cement and grey cement. Okay, white cement 7,000 bags and grey cement 6,000 bags. By selling, finally the company gains 33,000 rupees profit. Okay, so this is the sum. Here, the first question only I explained you. One more question is there. In the second sum, first bit I explained you. Please copy it in the classwork. Then we shall go for the next bit. Please note down. See the next question. What is the number of white cement bags it must sell to have neither profit nor loss? If number of grey bags sold is 5,400. What is the meaning of this one? Suppose the cement company sold 5,400 grey color bags. That time it will lose something, some amount. Okay. At the same time, to have neither profit nor loss. Without profit and without loss. That means both should be equal. Profit is equal to loss. Then, what is the number of white cement bags it must sell? How many white cement bags it must sell? That we have to find out. Okay. For that, what is the data is with us? If the company sells a white cement bag, it will get 9 rupees profit, and grey cement bag, it will get 5 rupees loss. Okay. Here the company already sold 5,400 bags of grey cement. So, number of grey cement bags sold is equal to 5,400. Loss occurred on 5,400 bags is equal to 5,400 to 5 rupees. Why? Because on each bag we will get 5 rupees loss. So 5,400 into 5 is equal to 5,400 into 5 is equal to 27,000. So 5,400 into 5 is equal to 27,000 rupees is the total loss. But here to have neither profit nor loss, profit should be equal to loss. Then only no profit, no loss. Profit is equal to loss. Here we got 27,000 rupees is the loss. The same thing should be repeated as the profit. Therefore, profit should be equal to 27,000 rupees. To get 27,000 rupees as profit, how many white color cement bags should be sold? Okay. Profit on each white cement bag is equal to 9 rupees. Now, number of white cement bags must be sold to get 27,000 rupees profit is equal to total profit to divided by profit on each bag. That is equal to 27,000 rupees divided by 9. 27,000 divided by 9 is equal to 3,000. So, number of white cement bags must be sold to get neither profit nor loss is 3,000 bags. Understand? So 3,000 bags if the company white cement bags if the company sells and 5,400 bags of grey cement the company sells, then the company will not get any profit or any loss. That means both will be equal. Understand? Please copy the sum in the classwork neatly. Pause the video and copy the sum. Then we shall go for the next sum. Okay? Please. Yes, children. Coming to next sum, the third sum in this exercise. See the sum once. The temperature at 12 noon was 10 degrees centigrade above the zero. If it decreases at the rate of 2 degrees centigrade per hour until midnight, at what time would the temperature be 8 degrees centigrade below the zero? What would be the temperature at midnight? That is the question. Okay. Suppose in a particular place. The temperature readings are shown here. So temperature at 12 noon was 10 degrees centigrade above the zero. First of all, you have to know what is meaning of above the zero and below the zero. Zero is the, suppose we can take the zero is the base level. Above the zero means all are increasing order. Below the zero means they are decreasing order. That means above the zero all are plus degrees and below the zero they are minus degrees. Okay. So at the time of 12 o'clock in the afternoon, its temperature is equal to 10 degrees centigrade at a particular place. Every hour it is decreasing. That means it's a cold country, cold place. So every hour it is decreasing 2 degrees centigrade. Okay. Here I have drawn a diagram. See this one. 10 degrees centigrade at 12 noon. 8 degrees centigrade at 1 p.m. 2 degrees decreased. Again 2 degrees decreased. 6 degrees at 2 p.m. 4 degrees at 3 p.m. 2 degrees at 4 p.m. 0 degrees at 5 p.m. 0 degrees is the base. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 positive values. Coming down, the negative values minus 2, minus 4, minus 6, minus 8, minus 10, minus 12, minus 14, like this. Okay, 6 p.m. minus 2 degrees, 7 p.m. minus 4 degrees, 8 p.m. minus 6 degrees, 9 p.m. minus 8 degrees, and 10 p.m. minus 10 degrees, 11 p.m. minus 12 degrees. Next, 12 midnight minus 14 degrees. So this is the chart. Depending on the chart, we can write the answer for this question easily. Okay. The first question they have given, what time would the temperature be 8 degrees centigrade below the zero? Below the zero, 8 degrees centigrade. Every hour that is decreasing 2 degrees centigrade. So 8 degrees centigrade means this is at 9 p.m. is the time. The temperature is minus 8 degrees. Therefore, the time we are taking 9 p.m. So at this time, the time when the temperature is eight degrees centigrade below zero is equal to 9 p.m. is the answer directly we can write. Next, what would be the temperature at midnight? Midnight means exactly night 12 o'clock. Afternoon means exactly 12 noon. Okay. So, temperature at midnight 12 o'clock is equal to, it is gradually decreasing. So, 12 midnight is equal to minus 14 degrees centigrade. Minus 14 degrees centigrade. Otherwise, this also we can call 14 degrees centigrade below the zero. Understand? 14 degrees centigrade below the zero. Okay. You have to understand this sum by using this temperature scale. Okay. But from that only you can write. If you don't know this one, you cannot do all these. That's why you have to understand this one. Then you can do it. Okay. Please copy it in your classwork. Yes, children. Next, fourth question. See the question first. In a class test, plus 3 marks are given for every correct answer, and minus 2 marks are given for every incorrect answer, and no marks for not attempting questions. This is the data they have given. Again, in the class test, already we have done this type of sum. In your class test, 3 marks will be given for every correct answer and minus 2 marks are given. That means 2 marks will be deducted for every incorrect answer. Suppose no question is attempted, then they will get 0 marks. No marks are given. Okay. Here, the first bit they have given, Radhika scored 20 marks. Radhika scored 20 marks. If she has got 12 correct answers, how many questions had she attempted incorrectly? Radhika, a girl, she scored 20 marks in a class test. Okay. She completed 12 correct answers. 12 correct answers means 12 into 3 marks. 36 marks she has to get. But she got only 20 marks. But remaining 36 minus 20, 16 marks she lost. 16 marks she lost means for each incorrect answer 2 marks will be deducted. So how many questions? 16 marks divided by 2, that is equal to 8 questions. Okay. See, Radhika, marks awarded for each correct answer is equal to 33 marks. In the solution, we are explaining. Marks awarded for each correct answer is equal to plus 3 marks. Marks awarded for each incorrect answer is equal to minus 2 marks. Okay. Radhika's score is equal to 20 marks. Number of correct answers she completed is equal to 12. So, number of marks, questions 12 questions. Number of marks she covered is equal to 12 into 3 is equal to 36. Totally she got 36 marks for correct answers. But her score is equal to only 20 marks. Number of marks she lost is equal to 36 minus 20, that is equal to 16 marks. Okay. Number of questions attempted wrongly by Radhika. 16 divided by 2, that is equal to 8 questions. That means she covered the questions, 12 correct answers she got and 8 questions she got negative answers. That means that's why she has covered only 20 marks is her score. Okay. Understand? All of you? Now, please note down. Now the second bit of this sum. Mohini scores minus 5 marks in the test. Though she has got 7 correct answers, how many questions has she attempted incorrectly? Mohini, she got 7 correct answers. Means 7 into 3 is equal to 21 marks she got. But her score is equal to minus 5 marks. Means 21 marks she got. At the same time, 21 minus marks she got. And after that, minus 5. Minus 21 to minus 5. That is equal to minus 26 marks she got as wrong answers. Okay. So, marks awarded for each correct answer is equal to plus 3. Marks awarded for each incorrect answer is equal to minus 2. Mohini's score is equal to minus 5 marks. Number of questions she got correctly is equal to 7. So, number of marks she got is equal to 7 into 3 is equal to 21. But Mohini's score is equal to minus 5 marks. Number of marks she lost is equal to 21 minus of minus 5 is equal to 21 plus 5. Okay, that means 21 plus 5 is equal to 26 marks. She lost 26 marks. Therefore, number of questions attempted incorrectly is equal to 26 divided by, for each incorrect answer, 2 marks are deducted. So, 26 divided by 2 is equal to 13. That means totally 13 questions she attempted wrongly and she correctly attempted 7 questions. 7 questions she attempted correctly, 7 3 21 she got, but 13 questions she attempted wrongly. That's why 13 2 26 marks she lost. So 21 minus 26, that is equal to, her score is equal to minus 5. That means all the positive values are vanished and then she came into the negative. Okay, understood? Please note down this one. Pause the video and note down the sum in the classwork. Then we shall go for the next sum. See the children. The fifth sum and the last sum of this exercise. An elevator descends into a mine shaft at the rate of 6 meters per minute. If the descent starts from 10 meters above the ground level, how long will it take to reach minus 350 meters? For this, for our easy understanding, here I have given a diagram. Please see the diagram. This actually mine shaft is used to travel into the mines. Mine is nothing but under the ground, some depth they will dig, and coal mines, gold mines. So like that, from those mines they will collect the material and passes to on the ground. So above the ground 10 meters the mine shaft is started. So from here to 0 meters is nothing but ground level. From here to it traveled minus 350 degrees. That means minus 350 meters. That means 0 to 350 meters it traveled means that is under the ground in depth. That's why we call it as negative value. Okay, below 0. This is above 0. Okay. For every 1 minute it will travel 6 meters. From 10 meters to 6 meters means 4 meters. Like that it will travel. Okay. Totally we have to find out how much time it will take to reach from 10 meters above the ground level to 350 meters below the ground level. Okay. For this, rate of descending a mine shaft per minute is equal to 6 meters. Starting point above the ground plus 10 meters. Ending point below the ground that is equal to minus 350 meters. Total distance is equal to above the ground 10 meters minus of minus 350, that is equal to totally 360 meters it travelled. This is 350 meters and this is 10 meters. Totally 360 meters it travelled. Time taken to descend 360 meters is equal to 360 divided by 6. Why we are using this 6? 6 meters per rate is equal to 6 meters per minute. So how much time is required? How much time it will take? So 360 divided by 6 is equal to 6 6 are 36, 60 minutes. 60 minutes can be written as 1 hour. So it will take 1 hour to reach from above the ground level 10 meters to below the ground level 350 meters. Okay, understand? So please note down, and after completion of this one, listen to me. After completion of this sum, these 5 sums you have to do in your practice book. While watching the video or after watching the video, first you have to complete these sums in the classwork, and after that homework is nothing but this exercise 5 sums you have to try to do your own without seeing the notebook. Any doubt is there, you can clarify. You can watch the video again and you can do your own. Calculation part must be done your own. Working is very important for you. Understand? So please note down, pause the video, note down the sum. After that, all the 5 sums you have to do in the homework book or rough book. Okay? So again we shall meet in the next video with new chapter 2. Till then, bye. Please note down.